Is physical media on video games dying? All today on TNT Big Show. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Michelle Nantucket.
And this is Sean.
Welcome to the video, and let's get right into it. And this is from InsiderGaming.com.
I would like to add something before this starts. The whole physical media dying thing is stupid. I don't know what's going to become of it with video games, but as far as movies and music go, they're fine. Physical media is not going anywhere.
Yeah, I'm talking about video games, though.
I know, but I'm just saying for people to think, oh, that must mean all physical media. No, we're just talking about the video games, nothing else.
Now, this is from Insider Gaming and also from my boy Stealth on Blue Sky. And what this is talking about is about Doom the Dark Ages. Physical edition comes with a catch. This is from the article by Insider Gaming from Ryan LeMay. Quote, gaming reporter Stealth revealed the physical edition of Doom the Dark Ages is basically a Switch 2 keycard without being on Switch 2. There's little data on disk, but the majority needs to be downloaded and can't be played from the physical media alone. One of the main reasons collectors enjoy having physical editions of video games instead of digital copies is that they have full ownership of the game and they can be played without an internet connection. Forcing players to download most of the game anyway isn't as appealing, the article continues. Stealth used the example of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, which had a similar setup. Collecting physical games has become even more challenging recently. When converted from euros, Nintendo Switch 2 games physical will cost up to $98 for physical games. That's on a few, you know. And really, a lot of this just, and I'm sorry, I know a lot of Trumpian MAGAs were like jumped onto our last video. I don't care. You caused this, the Trump terrorists are causing this. America's the place. Yeah, Trump is trying to do tariffs everywhere. Not just America. If you think America's the only place he's trying to do tariffs, I got a bridge to sell you. Anyway, the fact is that it is getting harder to do physical games. And not everybody is like CD Projekt Red or Marvelous.
They are doing physical media.
Right. Because if you want that nice drop in price you like, you're not going to get it with Cyberpunk Ultimate Edition on the Switch 2 because the cartridge, the 64-bit cartridge, allegedly cost over $16 just to manufacture. And that's not counting the box, all the manufacturing cost, and then you ship it out to the shipping cost, sending it to the store. You have to split the profits with the store. See, that's what a lot of people don't understand, and I don't like it, but like I said, we need to make a new system, I think, instead of just having something that runs on profits alone. Because as long as that happens, prices and inflation are going to happen.
But I would like to say something, though, that when it comes to games like Elden Ring, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, all these other big, huge, massive games, I don't agree with it, but that's how they say they're saving memory, money, and stuff, fine. But when you have Cyberpunk 2077, which is 59 gigabytes, and Street Fighter 6 is only 53 gigabytes, and they say they can't put that on a cartridge, baloney, that's just pure laziness. That and Bravery Default. I'm sorry, that's just pure laziness.
I'm not denying that.
You know, Doom,
the Dark Ages
and all that stuff. I guess if that's keep the prices down and everything, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
It's probably also because Capcom does sales. I think the reason they chose the key card is so that they can have sales during the holidays and stuff for the physical copy. Because with Cyberpunk the Ultimate Edition, don't expect any price drops because they're going to have to keep it up there because it's on a 64 gigabyte cartridge, which are expensive.
And to show you how bad this price race is, Cyberpunk 2077 is the #1 selling pre-order game, not the cheap e-card games.
Well, yeah, on the third-party games, yeah, Cyberpunk is the most...
So it's not the price.
Agree with Sean that Capcom and them could have condensed the memory and stuff, and they could have got a cheaper memory card. So yeah, that is kind of just laziness, guys. It really just is.
It is.
Because hell, even CD Projekt Red got Cyberpunk down from 150 to just 59 gigabytes for the Switch 2, you know.
So it can be done.
Oh yeah, Street Fighter is really just like 71 gigabytes on other systems. They could have got it down to like 30 gigabytes.
They could have.
Yeah.
They could have.
Yeah.
And to me, I know what you're saying is true, Michelle, but I'm bringing it up a counterpoint because for a lot of games, Doom, like all these other big, huge games and stuff, I can kind of understand it,
Yeah.
even though Cyberpunk 2077 did it.
Yeah.
Still, I consider that laziness. But when it comes to Capcom, Street Fighter 6, Bravely Default, all these other games, a key card, no excuse.
Yeah.
None.
Yeah. When it comes to these bigger games, you might as well just get used to it. Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto. So you better believe Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be a key card game.
Madden, that's
Yeah,
going to be a
Madden.
key.
And I mean for all the systems, you know. All of those games, The Witcher 4, well, maybe
don't
City
know.
Project Red will, maybe they'll do some magic there, but just saying, unless they do, compression for the other systems, then you're going to have to download that game too, you know, because it's going to be a big game.
But Project CD Red said they are 100% pro-physical.
Yeah, they are.
So
yeah.
I think they could get it on a physical cartridge if it came down to it.
They probably could, you know. I mean, they seem to be the only company that's willing to do that.
Well, Marvelous. Don't
Well,
forget about them.
Yeah, but that's just something, unfortunately, it's becoming rarer to get true physical games, you know.
And like I said, it may not be what you like, but look at it this way. On game key cards, you cannot, no matter how hard you try, no, you can't even mod it, modders. You cannot play that game without the key card.
Yeah.
So you're basically putting a physical cartridge.
Yep.
The game may not be on it, but that's a physical cartridge. Putting it in there so you can play the game. So kind of look at it like you're still getting a I know you're not, but just kind of look at it like that.
I just wish there was a way that bits and bytes and everything, I don't know, the memory could be stored on something smaller, you know, and more efficient.
I mean, for some companies, it's hard to do. For other companies, it's just laziness.
Yeah.
Why they won't do it. It's laziness.
I agree.
Those are the people that make me angry.
Yeah, even Capcom and them, I'm like, God, guys, you got the money, you got the resources, you could do it, you know.
I mean, with Madden, I understand.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, that game is so freaking huge that it has to be on a key card. I don't like it, but I understand it. Call of Duty and Grand Theft Auto 6 if they say so. But to me, when it comes to games like Street Fighter 6, Donkey Kong, Bonanza, and I know it's not a key card game.
Right.
But it's still the whole game on a cartridge. There's no excuse.
Yeah.
None. Because if a little bitty company like Marvelous can give us full-blown cartridge games, y'all can too. It's just laziness.
I agree 100%. World being $80, it is on a 32 gigabyte card. It's about 24 gigabytes, but the thing is that a lot of people are saying that there's a lot of additional content. I hope Nintendo makes it free, so that way what'll happen is people will be like, okay, we didn't have to pay for the DLC, so the $80 was worth it, you know. If they do that may soften the blow for people.
Like Cyberpunk.
Yeah.
You get every bit of the DLC and everything on that cartridge. Everything.
Absolutely. I just think it's sad that it is getting harder to do physical media for video games.
Don't think overall physical media is doomed because it's not.
No, and look at the pre-orders for Daemon X Machina, the new one, and Cyberpunk. They're through the roof on the Switch too. Especially Cyberpunk, which is the #1 most pre-ordered third-party game right now.
Not key card games.
Yeah.
Physical cartridge games.
Yep. For people who think this is just a Nintendo problem, it's not.
Oh.
You know, of course, the media hasn't really talked about this until it happened with Nintendo, a key card.
Yeah.
This has been happening for years now.
Yeah, with Sony and Microsoft.
Yeah, and PC games. You know, when you buy a physical copy on PC, you're still going to have to download it off of Steam. Steam is only digital, so that's why I don't do Steam. I don't know, I don't like key card and stuff, but if I said I'm not going to get some games that do use the key card, I'd be lying.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely going to be getting Street Fighter 6. I love Street Fighter. If they do bring Doom the Dark Ages over to the Switch 2, which more than likely they probably will, get that, you know. I prefer companies like CD Projekt Red that go out of their way to try to fit a whole game onto a cartridge.
Right.
You know, or onto physical media. I think that shows a lot of hard work, dedication, and it is a good move. So, is physical games dying in video games. No, I think something will happen to make it to where you will be able to put more of the game on the disc. It's just, compression does take a little more time, but you guys should do it just so that way you make the customers happy.
Is that what it's supposed to be all about?
Yeah, right now is just a scary time for the industry. I think it'll be alright, but there's going to have to be a lot of changes being made. Like I said, the format of the games, the size of them, because of 4K ray tracing and stuff, it's just getting out of hand, So something will have to happen.
Just to make a real, like I said, we all make mistakes, and I understand that. Just to make a real quick note about Michelle, she said on Steam Deck, when you buy the game digitally, you own it. No, you do not own it on Steam Deck. You don't. You're getting the license again, so anytime, any system, even the Steam Deck, you do not own it. You just don't.
Ew.
Yeah.
Well, hopefully.
So physical games are really the way to go. You're just.
Yeah, Steam finally makes it clear. Don't own your games from Gizmodo.
Yep. So you download a game digitally, any system, PC, Steam Deck, PlayStation, doesn't matter. You don't own the game. That's why I want physical.
Yeah. Hey, I was wrong. It happens, Sean and I are not afraid to admit when we're wrong. But that's why we are for physical, and I don't like the key card. I'm just saying that I'm not going to pass up a game I really love just because of that. I don't know. I hope they find a way to make it easier to put games onto a physical media.
Yeah.
Because obviously Blu-ray and them are just getting to the point to where they can't do it anymore.
I know, but you know what though? When it comes to the movies and stuff though, and even with games like, because guess what, folks? When Michelle buys Street Fighter 6, if the Switch 2 goes out and permanently, she loses it.
Yeah.
When she buys Cyberpunk 2077, it's hers forever. So really, you need to start telling the companies, we want physical media.
Yep. Yeah, we have to do that. It's up to us.
Yep.
If we want to save physical media. So that way, companies can't just take the games away from us when they want. Right. Because really, you're not buying a game when you're getting it digitally. You're just renting it, basically.
Yeah, that's it. Well, even when these losers out there, no, we own it. No, you do not.
Yeah.
You don't.
That was a lie spread. Yeah. People like Steam are like, you get to keep your game. No, you don't. No. Even Steam outright said you don't own it. Oh.
The only way you own it, physical. Let's get physical. You gotta get physical. Yeah. No digital.
Yeah, that's why I don't like Steam. It's not that, it's just they're digital only, and I can't do that, because I thought about getting a Steam Deck a long time ago, and I was like, no, it's just digital only, and I can't. I can buy digital games, but I much prefer
physical, yeah. Because trust me, folks, you're like, it's mine. Then one day when you wake up in the morning, hey, where'd my Madden game go? Hey, where did my Grand Theft Auto 5 game go? Where did it go? Where did it go? Yeah.
Yeah, when they shut down the servers, it's gone. Yeah. This is me, Michelle and Tackett.
And this is Sean.
Have a good one. Thank you for staying to the end of the video and watching it. If you like all of our videos, don't you join our other social medias like TikTok, Discord, Reddit, Instagram, Thread, X, and our WordPress blog. You can also support us by joining Patreon for as little as $1 a month, where you will get exclusive content, uncut videos, behind the scenes, watch that trailer, Jack's joke of the week, and my sports input. If you join the $25 tier, I will send you an autographed copy of The Buzzies for free. If you love horror movies and independent content, we're a great place to come and visit because we love supporting other independent creators and stuff. When you support us, you're supporting people who do all of this by ourselves. Me, Michelle, I'm the editor, I'm the director of the videos, I'm the producer, Sean's the executive producer and content creator. So thank you everybody, and please look into supporting our Patreon, as it really does help out. Just $1 a month. Thank you, and have a wonderful day.